can touch the sky. In the city of angels, feels like I'm coming home. With my head up in the clouds, I am searching for something, and I'm still hoping. 'Cause I wanna be in, not out, wanna make this all count. Yes, I wanna go crazy now, gonna make this all count. Feeling like a rock star, 'cause tonight I'm getting out of line and it's alright. Feeling like feeling like just as cool as John Wayne in his movies. Feeling like I'm James Dean and I know it. Feeling like feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star.
But it's not that easy. You're complicating things for me. No, it's not that easy. Maybe just a little time can heal me, but it doesn't feel the way. What are you doing to me? Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Though I'm broken, I'm still hoping I could be with you. I'm still breathing, it's not easy. I'm just a fool for you. just that stupid. Maybe just a little time can make you change your mind about us. I thought that we were meant to be. Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Though I'm broken, I'm still hoping I could be with you. I'm still breathing, it's not easy. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you. For you. For you.
La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. Hey, I've got you on my mind. Yeah, you're all that I think about. You know you got me going wild. And what I want is you. Could you come a little closer? I want you by my side, and I'll try the best I can to make you feel this way. Don't let me down, down, down. It could be you and I want you now, 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 now. Come let me hold you now. I wanna lay in your arms. Come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want. I wanna stay here. I wanna stay here with you. I wanna stay here with you. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. I wanna stay here with you. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. I wanna stay here with you. Tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, 'cause I'd do anything. I just wanna be with you. How can you make me feel this way? Don't let me down, down, down. It could be you and I want you now, 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 now. Come let me hold you now. I wanna lay in your arms. Come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want. I wanna stay here. I wanna stay here with you. I wanna stay here with you. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. I wanna stay here with you. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. I wanna stay here with you. I just wanna hear you say that you want me to. I told you I can't get you off my mind. Come let me hold you now. I wanna lay in your arms. Come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want. I wanna stay here. I wanna stay here with you. I wanna stay here with you. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. I wanna stay here with you.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. Hope you're having a good week. I'm having a great week. I'm having a hot week. Today in Nashville, it is like 94 degrees, but it feels like it's 102 degrees out. So if you see me sweating tonight, if I sound a little off, there are 3 fans going on in my room, but you're just going to have to get over that. My show's not going to be perfect. So I'm just trying to stay comfortable. I've got a computer on with like 6 fans on it that are pumping out a whole bunch of GPU hotness. I've got lights on me. So tonight you're just going to have to deal with a sweaty old man. So how are y'all doing this week? I saw Nacho is done with his surgery and leg's doing fine, but the rest of him is kind of broken. So we were going to have Nacho on the show tonight, but he's a little under the weather. Can't talk very well. And we're going to have some videos of his new little toy, tiny toy, the Mavic 3 Pro. But with his surgery, files didn't get to me and all that kind of stuff. So we will hold off. Maybe next week we'll have Nacho on if he's up for it. But there is a link in the club if anybody wants to come and chat with me tonight. I didn't really have time this week to prepare much for you guys. I thought we'd talk about what's going on the channel. There's no real news that I know about that we could talk about as far as anything that I'm allowed to talk about. I do know about something that's coming out, and as soon as I'm allowed to say it, I'm going to say it. But if you know me, you might be able to figure out what it is. I will say it's from Insta360. So that's exciting. I don't know what else I can say about it. But it fits my channel, and it fits one of my favorite things about the almost newest camera they just put out. I love modular designs, and there's something modular coming out that's totally trippendicular, and I think y'all are gonna love it. Maybe not. Maybe y'all don't care. Maybe I'm the only one that cares about it. But I wish I could talk about it so much. It's kind of a mystery to me too. But as soon as there is an announcement on Insta360 of a camera that might be coming, I don't have a NDA, so I can talk about it. I don't have an NDA unless Insta360 wants to reach out and wants to keep my mouth shut. They can do that. But if I see a trailer video or a picture, like a teaser picture, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what it is. But I am not an ambassador, Nacho, but my friend Trooper has, he's got an inside, he's been working a lot with Insta360 lately, and so he gave my name to the marketing department, and I have sent an email to the marketing department as well. I've got I think 36 videos about Insta360 at this point on my channel. So that's maybe a fifth or a sixth of everything I talk about on my channel is Insta360. So I would love to be an ambassador for them. And I'm going to utilize the Insta360 Sphere as my kind of launching ground for that. I'm going to be heavily doing Insta360 Sphere videos for a while. So if that bores you, you might want to hold off on watching my channel for a while. But I had a really interesting comment today on my channel, and it's been bugging me. It was on my Insta360 Sphere first flight video. I don't want to embarrass the guy, and I also don't want to put the guy down. He's from Brazil, and you're welcome to go look at the comment if you want to. But it really drives me crazy when people just want to tell me what to do. I understand that I am a YouTuber and I try to give advice to people. And I definitely have opinions, and I know other people have different opinions than me. But his comment, it was one of those things that, like, you know, you start off with a compliment and then you're rude for like 2 paragraphs, and like the icing on the cake, like the compliment at the beginning is just supposed to ease into the rudeness. And maybe I took it the wrong way, or maybe the way Google Babelfish translated it, it just came out the wrong way. But it was like, you know, he was telling me that I should switch to Premiere because it's way better than Final Cut Pro, and like it's a cardinal sin to put out something that is not, the horizon isn't fixed or something like that. And which my videos completely, like, the horizon on that first flight video was on point. And I think I mentioned in the video that the drone horizon was messed up because of all the weight on the camera was lopsided. But anyway, I think I have a feeling that something was lost in translation, and maybe he didn't mean to be as rude as he was. I went to his channel, and like the last, like, he had videos from 2017 on there. It was about the only 360 videos he had on his channel. And, you know, he was talking about how, like, I don't know. I don't want to get into it. But it's been bugging me all day because I know that I've put the work into to doing 360 well. And I'm not the guy that just picked a platform and stuck with it. Like, I've edited in Premiere, I've edited in Final Cut, I've edited in DaVinci, I've edited in Insta360 Studio and Verb Studio. Like, I know what I'm talking about at this point, and it just irks me whenever someone's like, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. So I wanted to get that off my chest. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody, but if you're going to tell me how to do something, you better have better videos on your channel than I have. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're gonna pick me apart, you better have something that I need to respect on your channel. Like, if Ben Claremont wanted to tell me some things that I was doing that I could do better, I would listen and respect him because I've seen stuff that he's put out. But this guy was like, I think he was using and I forget what the name of the rig was, but it's like a rig that takes like 6 GoPro, maybe Hero 4s, I think they were back in the day. And it kind of puts them all. And so his videos had all kinds of stitching errors. And so I didn't really know what he was talking about. But yeah. Okay, Nacho. Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox. Love y'all. I just want to make people happy, so I'm off my soapbox now. Nacho said, "You say you did not get the videos I sent." I clicked on the Dropbox link that you sent me like 6 months ago or whatever, and it just had like a dash cam video of the what, like, I don't know if it's Red Rock or I feel like it was Blue something. So let's see if, I don't know if you sent me an email or not. but I did not receive them. And then by the time I realized I didn't receive them, you were already like under the knife, and I didn't want to bother you. But there's nothing in my Shawnide email, nothing in Shawnide Studios, and the Dropbox link that you gave me has one video in it. Or at least one that's shared with me. So maybe it's just not shared. So let's go through roll call. Eat More Possum is in the house. He was first again. Chris from Sunrise Media, he said he wasn't going to get to watch tonight, so he might be gone by now, but he was second. He said that he got the shirt this week. He was very thankful for that, which is awesome. Stephen Drones is in the house. We've got a couple videos from Stephen Drones tonight. He put some videos up on the club. Nacho's in the house. He says his leg is great, but his throat, abs, neck are broken. He can barely talk. So if you guys continue to pray for Nacho, that'd be awesome. Not pray for nachos. I know some of you are hungry, and nacho kind of makes you want to eat chips and queso. But just keep Nacho in your prayers as he's recovering from knee surgery. Bob Casey's in the house. What up, Bob? Hope you're having a good night. Recovery Drone's in the house. What's up, man? Hope you're having a good night. And that's all that's in the house. I want to thank you guys. Last night, Brent sent me a screenshot, and I put it up in the club, of the chat that was going on Grumpy Vloggers live stream, that you guys were talking about a video that I just put out. I really, really appreciate you guys spreading the word about my channel. It humbles me that you guys like the videos that I put out, and so I really appreciate that. I wish I could give everybody like t-shirts and hats and stickers and all kinds of stuff, but barely paying the bills right now. But I really appreciate all the kind words that you guys said. We also need to keep Art in our thoughts. He got laid off from his job, so hope he can find another job quickly. I don't know what Nacho just put on there. TTY. I don't want to say that out loud. But but yeah. So I took the events calendar off of the club. I still don't know what platform I'm going to use for that. I really just want a calendar. All these event plugins are kind of overkill. I really just want to do like a Google Calendar and put it on the site. So I might do that. Just kind of bring it in. But yeah. So the video that I put up recently, it was kind of a weird video. I put up, so I did a drone link mission over the ballpark, and I did it at 5 miles an hour. So you guys, if you watched it in VR, you wouldn't get really sick and nauseous like some of the roller coaster videos you can watch in VR. I thought 5 miles an hour was slow enough to be kind of like a tripod mode on your drone, so that there's no like jerky movements. There's a couple places in the video that weren't perfect. I kind of rushed the mission, and I probably need to tweak it a little bit. But that day, everything seemed to work out great. I wanted to test the mission before I put my sphere on it. So I ran my Air 2S. Usually I do this with my Spark. my DJI Spark, because it's kind of it's a really cheap drone and it's old, and I wouldn't be heartbroken if it ran into the power lines or something like that. I mean, I'd be a little upset because it's a cute little guy that's fun to fly. But usually I use that as my Drone Link Scout. But I didn't have it with me, and I was a little bit nervous having the sphere go over the power lines over the parking lot, and so I was like, I'm just going to test that out first. I'm glad I tested it, because for some reason the mission flew at 100 feet in the air, which is still clears those power lines, but barely. And then when it gets over to the woods, maybe I'll show that video to you guys while I'm talking to you about it. Let me just pull that video up, and I will commentate. This is going to be weird because I'm going to be playing it over YouTube. So this might not work, but we'll try. Whoa. And I'm not going to share the audio. So the video that I just put up, it's a 360 video, which is awesome. So you can drag all around, point at things. But I wanted to do a 5 mile an hour mission. And this right here is for One Vision aerial. I came really close to these power lines. You can look to see how close I am to them. Pretty nervous. There's Stewart's Creek High School. That's the high school that I've flown over in the past. Did my first Inspire video. But what I loved about using Drone Link is I could go on the map and I could put my drone over this little grassy area. So if it fell out of the sky, I'm not going to hit a kid over here. I'm not going to drop it down into traffic over here. But I can control that my drone is over, not really going to be over anybody, but still get some cool footage of a playground and that kind of stuff. And then, I paused it. The other thing about the video is we had talked about last week that I was going to put a video up on the club, a raw video file from the Insta360 Sphere, so you guys could pull it down and play with it. I still don't know what the details would be for a competition. Because I'm still just kind of playing with that. But in the mission, I wanted to go straight down this sidewalk. So if you guys wanted to track something, maybe you could track this pole right here. And as you fly over it, you know, it'll slowly point at the pole and then come over here. It would be a kind of a cool shot. You know, there's a lot of good stuff at this ballpark. There's like red roofs everywhere. There's nice poles. There's bleachers. There's trash cans. There's words. So I wanted to go straight through here with the drone. And then I wanted to do an orbit. So it has kind of a little... and I wanted to do the orbit in such a way that I wasn't like outside of the ballpark. This is the first time I've ever really done an orbit in the middle of something. I did the orbit kind of near these poles right here. And I think I want to adjust it so that they're right on top of the poles, because I think it would be awesome to, if the orbit, like, you know, if you flew right over each one of these poles, because it's a very symmetrical ballpark. And then I also want to pick a day that has nice puffy clouds as opposed to this grayness going on. But since it was kind of an overcast day, there's no harsh shadows on this mission at all, which is kind of neat. There's a little shadow right there, but it's not harsh, which I like. I forgot to get water. So right here, it goes from 100 feet. Wait, is this it? Okay. So right here, it goes from 100 feet up to 120 feet. Maybe it's getting into position. Maybe I don't remember the mission. So Recovery Drone asks, any reason I use Drone Link versus Litchi? So I've used Litchi in the past, but as far as I'm aware, there's not a desktop version of Litchi. So what I love about Drone Link is that it is a cloud-based web app that I can design really specified missions on my desktop, on my huge screen. Kind of old, so like getting precise movements is a lot easier for me with a mouse on a desktop computer than pinching and moving. And I've done it in the past, like especially with my parrot Anafi. I've done a lot of missions using my iPad with that, but I love Drone Link because I can just sit at my desk and do it. I can adjust things on the fly while I'm out, but I love being able to put like another map on this screen and put Drone Link on this screen over here, and so that's kind of why I use Drone Link. I do have a version of Litchi from years ago with my DJI Mavic Pro. Dre said that Virtual Litchi is the cloud-based program. We'll look at that in a minute. I might try to do some Litchi videos for you. I love Drone Link though. I love Drone Link. I love the previews of the missions. You can export it to Google Earth, and you can see like the it's not altitude. What is it called? You can see like the different elevations of the Earth while you're flying over them, so you can see if you're going to fly in a mountain or something. But the last time I used Litchi, it was pretty elementary. I'm sure it's been updated since then, but yeah. So sorry, you threw me for a loop there, Dre. Eat More Possum said you got a FEMA certification. That's awesome. All right, so this is another weird part. If you saw the actual flight, the drone does all kinds of crazy things. And I think if you watch my battery comparison video that I put out, this part of the mission the whole sphere just kind of freaks out. But I was flying line of sight, so I'm like right. Oh, yay! There's an ad right in the middle of my presentation. That's okay. I'm making money. So I'm over here, kind of by that red house right there, so I can see where my drone is, and I can see on my screen the Air 2S transmission, not the Sphere transmission, but the Air 2S transmission. And so I got a little nervous right here. Because it gets pretty close to these trees, but if it hit a tree there, I wouldn't be near anybody. So it's not a huge issue. It just would have been something that would have been frustrating for me. But thankfully, the entire mission worked out well. The other thing is so when I flew the drone without the Sphere on it, I launched it from the ground. And DroneLink takes the measurements from the takeoff location. Okay. And then when I flew the mission with the Sphere on it, I hand launched the drone because the camera's underneath the drone. So when I hand launched the mission, or when I hand launched the drone, it was about maybe 4 or 5 feet higher than the original flight. But I think it's still got this. I think the elevation was still exactly the same. So that was pretty interesting. I love this shot right here, going over this straight line right here. I thought the mission, because you never know, like when you're building a mission on a Google map, if it's exactly right. Building a waypoint mission on the fly while you're in the air, I think is a little bit more. You have a little bit more control on how your framing is in the shot. And this type of shot, you kind of hope that the satellite imagery and the GPS location is perfect. But I thought this was really cool. Flying over these wires again. So these wires are about, right here, they're about 80 feet up in the air. And so I'm flying 100, so I'm 20 feet over those wires. So I just think it's kind of cool. So yeah, and I'm going to pause it right here because I was trying to figure out where I was, because I caught the drone right about here. I might be under this roof, and then for a long time I stood next to this pole. My car is right there. So I've watched this a couple times just trying to find myself. And I don't see myself anywhere unless this might be me leaned up against the pole right here. Okay. I really think that's me. Okay. Sorry. I had a little moment right there. But I thought that was a lot of fun. The whole point of that mission right there was to give you guys a file on the club that you could edit yourself. That flight ended up being 10 gigs. So if you want to participate, it's going to be a big, hefty download. And I don't know if Google Drive has a limitation on files. Ben Claremont told me about a site called Swiffy, or it's like Selfie or something like that, where I can where I can put files up that you guys can download. but we will see what happens. So I'm going to look up virtual litchi. Might have taught me something tonight. Okay, so it's a Chrome extension. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Draymond, I can show you Drone Link if you want to look at it. I've talked with you, Dre, about kind of some of the commercial stuff you do where people take over your drone. And I'll show you. So this is what Drone Link looks like, Dre. What I love about it, I've done a lot of different mission type apps. What I love about this one is that there's a really nice, all the components are lined up in a row. So if I wanted this orbit to take place after the waypoint mission, I could drag or I could click on it, and then I could move it down, and then the orbit, and then I just change the path of the flight, or I can pop it up. There's a 3D version of the mission, so I can come in here and I can see exactly where I'm going to fly. Now, the map itself is flat, so the 3D doesn't help a lot, but I get to see kind of that I'm flying at the same height the entire flight. So I love that aspect about it. I also am in love with the mission estimate. So on the emission estimate, I can come in here and I can see, okay, the fastest I'm going to go is 5 miles an hour. The total time estimated is 12 minutes. And I've been trying to get anywhere between 12 to 15 minutes so that the DJI Air 2S plus the weight of the sphere, and if the battery, like sometimes you know, getting your satellites and you know, calibration and all that kind of stuff, you might chew up a couple % of your battery before you're taking off, doing all your checks. So I wanted it to complete the mission and for me to have enough time to safely bring it down and catch the drone. So I love that. And you can get estimates about all of your different little waypoints. So the first part is only going to take 4 minutes, 22 seconds. The orbit itself is going to take 3 minutes and 36 seconds. So I love all of that information. But the sweet spot for me is the preview, and it really helps with my channel. I use this mission preview all the time on my channel just to show how it's going to go. But just like a lot of other missions, you've got, I'm using the same battery this entire time, but I can put in here how long I can use a battery. So it can put like 2 or 3 batteries in here. It'll pause the mission, return to home. I can swap out the battery. It'll go right back to the mission point, just like all the other ones. But I can name the files that it puts on my SD card. And then if I go here and play, in this screen over here, over to the right, you can see the mission. Over to the left, you can kind of see the field of view of the camera. The drone's right here. It's a virtual drone. I can even adjust what drone I'm going to fly with. So if I was flying with the Inspire has a different field of view than the DJI Air 2S does. So yeah. You can switch this over to, you can export it to Google Earth. And then let's see what happens here. So I'm going to pause this. So now here's my mission on Google Earth. And this is a pretty good representation of the heights and the elevations and everything. And I forget how to get it at a different angle, but I can use Google Earth to see if I'm going to hit anything. I don't remember what. There we go. So I don't know that it has the poles in here. Probably not. There. Whoa. We'll wait till that loads. I don't know that I think I jumped into. I want to exit ground level view. But you can see I started off here. The drone went up there. And then that's where it screwed up. I shouldn't have done that. I should have put this point right there. But as you can see, like, here's me going around the park. I don't know how to, I wish there was a way I could change the angle. It's been a long time since I've used Google Earth. But I can really control, like, that's a really, really tight spot right there. And if I'm paying a lot of attention looking at where I'm flying, like looking forward with the drone, I'm not paying as much attention as what I'm flying over. So this allows me to fly precisely over things. That tiny little gap of land right there, that's exactly where I want my drone. I don't want it over the park where kids might be. I don't want it over the road because I don't want to cause a wreck. There's a fire station right here. So at any moment, a fire truck can come out. During one of my flights, there was a fire truck, but I think my drone was like way over here when the fire truck came out. I was like, man, that'd be perfect to have a fire truck in the mission. But anyway, that's why I like to use use DroneLink, because I have a lot of control on the computer. Same way with Insta360 Studio on the computer. I like using that a lot better than I like using the app. So Eat More Possum said, my friend trusted Google Earth elevations and crashed into the Ferris wheel. It was on a hill that Google Earth didn't show. So all of these things aren't perfect. Still, you need to go out and what I always do with the Drone Link mission. I don't do the mission completely on the computer. The first thing I do is I go out and I take one of my drones and I look around. Dre, you talked about like walking the property. So generally I do that from the air. So I will be on the property. I'll look visually. If like this ballpark, I can see everything. I can see all the poles. I can see the trees in the woods. So I pick out everything on the property that is really tall. And I go to the tallest one that I see and I fly over to it. And if I can look over the top of it, then I'm higher than it. If you can see the roof, like you can see the other side of the roof, then you know that you're above that, whatever's might be in your way. And I pick that as my lowest elevation to fly on. And so that way I wouldn't accidentally fly into a Ferris wheel. I am really surprised that he flew into the Ferris wheel. Like, I'm really so. The other thing I like about Drone Link is I can take over control of the drone at any time. So one of the things you have to be able to do when you're flying drones is you need to be in control of that drone at all times. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to be flying it the entire time, but if anything was to go wrong, you need to take over command of that drone. And so the first day that I flew it, this little thing right here, where is it? See, on here, it doesn't look that crazy, but whatever that little zigzag was here, that freaked me out because I had my sphere on it and it was like bouncing. It like twisted and then twisted again. And I was like, oh crap, my drone is freaking out. So I went over to get as close to it as possible. And I took the sticks over and stopped the mission, paused the mission, flew it back to myself. So you need to be in control of it the entire time. So that's another thing. And I don't know if you guys saw Billy Kyle's video this week where he crashes Inspire 2. He wasn't doing anything wrong, and his drone just decided to freak out. So with the day that I flew my drone, there was probably I can go back and look, but there was probably like 4 cars in the parking lot, and one of them was mine. There was one van over by the playground. There was there's 2 guys running maintenance, and I think there were 2 guys doing football drills in one of the ballparks, and then there was a lady walking. So the casualty risk wasn't that great at all. But if I was flying over a ball game that was actually going on and there were hundreds of cars in the parking lot, I wouldn't even go there and fly that situation. I don't need that kind of drama in my life. But I hope that answers your question, Dre. So Nacho said that he fixed the folder. So I'm going to go see what's there. What else is going on? So Jim said that he saw Dustin Dunhill do a flight path fixed wing. It's probably the Parrot Disco. I think he's got a Parrot Disco. Miscalculated and went into the side of a mountain. That's like Dustin. He's got like a 4G Parrot Disco, and I've seen him fly across the entire island with his disco, which is pretty crazy. I think he's got solar panels on it and all kinds of stuff going on. All right. All right, we've got an MP4 and 2 MOVs. So we'll see which ones Melon likes. Melon will play like one of them. I think it'll play MP4s, but I'm not sure that it'll play MOVs. So we'll see. But yeah, we're downloading. While we're downloading, I'm going to play a video of turkeys. Y'all ready to see a video of turkeys? This is a video from Steven Drones on his Canon PowerShot. This is the evening dinner plate. I'm going to turn that audio down. I'll probably get a copyright strike. But he's got a big rock in his backyard, and he puts food there all the time for. He'll get raccoons and owls and all kinds of critters. Sorry, I hit a squirrel. I'm going to play that video again. He's got a dinner plate on his he calls it I forget what he calls it, dinner plate. But he puts food on that big rock, and he's got a bunch of turkeys out there eating his bird food. And I thought this was really, really cute. It's weird, like little baby turkeys don't look like adult turkeys. So I thought that was a really cool video. And then seriously. Give me 1 second. It says my disk is full. So I'm going to have to go to downloads and kill some stuff. I might have to do this another night. I don't want to do this live. Nacho, I think we'll just do it next week, where you can talk us through your drone and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to show this video. Steven Drones. This is the Amazon build. After the building's almost finished. It's really cool. We used to watch this video every week. This used to be is it a dog racing? Parking lot looks great, polished. There's green grass on it already. We've seen this in the winter. There's snow on it. There's just a big dirt mound. We saw them bring a whole bunch of stuff in on trucks. Pour concrete. Now they're painting it. They have a really, really big piece of painter's tape on all the trim. That's some thick painter's tape right there. I don't know if they're painting it blue and white, but it looks like they're painting it white, and they've like put some blue painter's tape across there. What's up, Four States? Welcome to the chat. Four States is our newest member at the club. There are several other users that are awaiting approval, but I'm pretty sure they're spam. So yeah. But didn't that look like painter's tape, Brett? I thought that looked like a big strip of painter's tape. That's the color my painter's tape is. But yeah, if y'all want to bear with me, I'm going to try to get Nacho's files down. I need to make some space. I wish it would download to different places. I'm going to go ahead and delete all of... Well, I'm going to figure it out. I just need 2 gigs worth of stuff. So... Sort by size. I'm going to try this again. So does anybody have any ideas for planes, trains, and automobiles? You're going to wait till the end of July to do that. I have a really, really good idea. I'm going to try to do a VR video. That was weird. Are y'all still with me? I am going to do a video with my Insta360 Sphere and my Insta360 Pro. Dang it! It failed again. I'm not going to do this tonight. I'm going to do it some other time. Yeah, we're going to do that next week, Nacho. Yeah. There's been some really good activity on the club. If you guys want to check out all the pictures that Steven Drones put on the club, they're pretty cool. He's got some pretty birds on there. He's got some unique Typhoon. I think he's got the orange guy on there. The commercial version. Yeah, the 520E. I've got the 520, but it's the H+, and the 520E is the commercial version of the H Plus that we have. I had something that I wanted to tell you guys. I think it was about Unique. I got an invitation to buy the 850E. Have you guys seen the 850E? Let me see if I can find. It's a high lift capacity drone. And we're just going to see if we can. See if they've got it. Unique's website is not very good anymore. No, they don't have anything on it. All right, we're not going to talk about that. Stephen Jones said it's too much money for him. I totally agree. I think if I had a business, then I might use it. But since I just fly for fun, it's not worth it for me. But I don't have anything else to talk about. Do you guys have anything else to talk about? You guys want to ask me some questions and I'll answer them, or somebody want to come on the stream with me? If not, we can call it a night. I really appreciate you guys, again, talking me up on other channels. That really makes me happy. I was excited. I texted the picture that Brent sent me to my wife and my son, and now my son thinks I'm a cool father. Nah, I'm just kidding. We have a love relationship. But yeah. So 4 States Aerial is now part of the club. So he needs to post something so we can learn more about you. And yeah, right now I'm just kind of spitballing. So, and not much has happened this week that was different than last week, other than the fact that I was able to get the drone out and fly. I'm kind of worried right now that the heat index is going to either overheat my camera or overheat my drone while it's in the air. And the air is really thick right now in Nashville. It's very humid and very moist and very wet. It hasn't rained in a couple days, so it might dry up pretty soon. But with the heat index, I haven't been out flying. So I might do some inside videos with my GoPro VR 180 mod. So stay tuned for that. And I think with that, I think I'm just going to call it a night. Nacho said he just sent a link. Let's see what that is. Okay, so 4 States is Jeff. How do you say your last name? Is it Udock or Udock? It's Udock. I love putting a face with an avatar. Nacho, I don't see anything in the club. Am I supposed to check an email or Facebook, or I'm in the middle of a live stream, so I can't look everywhere. All right, here we go. Dang it. All right, so this is Nacho's close call with the power lines. Sitting in his car flying. Flying backwards. What? Did you go through the power lines? I'm going to pause that. I'm going to change. Y'all know you can do this. You can change the speed. I'm going to change it to 0.25. And we're going to play it. And I'm going to try to pause it. All right. So power line just went over the top of him. So he literally just went under that power line that we're seeing right on the screen right now. And then there's another power line underneath there. So he went through power lines. I'm surprised I didn't screw your compass up. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy video there, Nacho. Four State says butt pucker moment. Dude, those power lines and those ninja branches, they come out of nowhere. I don't like them. That's what I love about my neighborhood. Like, the older part of my neighborhood has power lines, but the newer part of, like, my street and kind of the new phase that they built my house in, all of our power lines are underground. So I love that so much, especially like flying out of my backyard and flying around the neighborhood some. I love the fact that I don't have to deal with power lines. Whew. Okay, so Jeff's last name sounds like Udoc. So Jeff Udoc. Welcome, Jeff Udoc. Hope you stay around. So here's a question from Brent. What VR goggles phone adapter for an occasional user like you to watch VR videos? I honestly would get the, it's right back there. It is the, well, now it's the Meta Quest 2. It used to be the Oculus Quest 2 when I bought it. But you can get them at Best Buy. I think they're like $2.99. And I love it. I love it for viewing stuff. The games, they really haven't come out with many games on it. But what's cool about it is it has cameras on the front of it. So you used to, like, for VR, you used to have like all these sensors all over your room, and you had to put them just right, and you couldn't. Your room had to be lit up and all this kind of stuff. Well, now there's cameras on the front of the VR headset that kind of you don't even really need the controllers anymore. They've got like hand gestures and all that kind of stuff. But I use it for. There's some really good VR videos on Amazon Video. There is Dio VR, which is another platform kind of like YouTube, but it's just for VR videos. And then YouTube VR is great. I love YouTube VR. And basically what you do is you search for videos, and then you can turn the filter on for like VR 180, and it'll only show you VR 180 videos, or it'll only show you 360 videos. And so I can type in drone, which gives me every result on YouTube, and then I can click on the 360 video, and then it'll narrow it down to all the ones that are just 360 video. And you can change like the settings. It got kind of an auto setting, so the 5.7K video that I upload, it might come through in 4K on your screen on your Oculus, but the screens are so close to your eyes that the resolution's actually really good. But that's the one that I use. But if you're going to use your phone, you can get like a simple cardboard adapter off Amazon, Google Cardboard, to put your phone in. There's a really good one that someone just came out, and it was so that you could do it with your drone. I forget who came out with it. But I mean, I would get a Quest. It's definitely worth the investment. I really wish they would have a VR FPV simulator in it. I think that would be awesome, because you've already got the goggles on your head. There are a lot of them that you can stick your phone in. I wish I could see the one. I want to do drone phone goggles. No, they're not on there. But a lot of them have just a place for you to put your phone in. What's up, Charles? Yeah, Nacho said that Google Cardboard made him puke. He's got a Quest too. There was even the Go. I'm not sure if YouTube VR is on the Oculus Go. The Go was the first version of the Quest, and then they came out with the Quest, and that's the Quest 2. Go is just a glorified Android phone. It's actually the same thing as Samsung VR that came out several years ago. But I love the Quest. I put those on. I put those on a lot. You can watch YouTube in like a movie theater, or there's a Netflix app that you can watch Netflix, but you're actually sitting in like an old rustic cabin out in the out in the mountains. I think that's really cool. And there's I'm drawing a blank on all these things that I use all the time. But there's a chat. There's a VR chat room that you kind of create your avatar, and everybody kind of sits either at a desk, or you sit on these couches that are kind of floating in the air. And I can put pictures that are on my headset. I can put them as the background of the chat. So I've gone in and talked to people. I think I did a video on it on my YouTube channel back in the day. It was like V-Time, I think, is the name of the app. But I've actually put pictures that I took from my drones with a 360 camera, and so we're sitting there, and everybody's like looking at the old ballpark that I used to fly over in Brentwood. But yeah, I think the Quest 2 is the way to go. And I'm waiting for them to bring something out. Apple should be coming out with a VR headset soon, um, but those all might just be rumors at this point. But but yeah, that's all I have for tonight. It's pretty close to 8, so I'm gonna tap out and enjoy the rest of my evening. But I hope you guys like this video, like my live stream, and like the other videos on my channel. Please like, subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell for notifications when I put out more videos, more live streams, videos on drones, action cameras, regular cameras, all the good stuff. Have a wonderful night, y'all. Peace out.